This unknown reporter is slacking off. Suddenly, something big caught his eye, so he zoomed in. A mist appeared, hinting at something lurking below. Reporter, unaware. This discovery, make him famous. Man aims camera at hole. Something emerged from water. A whale surfaced for air. Man's very confused. Why stay? Stay in the cold. Villagers said the nearest open sea is 500 kilometers away. Whales can't reach it. Hold breath? Not the worst. Given the current weather, this ice hole will freeze in 3 days. A whale family died here. The whale surfaces for air. He knows the situation is tough, but nature is harsh. He's clueless. Adam watching whale video. Whales' eyes show deep despair. After thinking for a moment, he stayed up all night to organize everything. Everyone's curious and fascinated by this event. Escalating issue. Many reporters arrived. They want ratings boost. Even if the inn's full. Room costs 500. Can't stop them. The quiet street became lively. The mayor isn't happy because locals plan to hunt whales. This is a local tradition. The mayor loves whales. Can't refuse their job request. The town quickly held a press conference. Whale group. They rely on this to support their families. Rachel from Animal Group fights back. One against all. Icebreaker arrives soon. Whales can return soon. Both sides won't agree. In a tense moment, the mayor's arrival. He slowly walked in and convinced the whalers in 5 minutes. 3 whales. They even decided to join forces and help save those in need. But he soon understood. The rescue mission was harder than expected. Altogether, let's head to where the whale is, thinking it's easy money. They dared to charge 60 for a short 5-kilometer ride in town. The mayor got here early with a team to widen the ice hole. Many adjustments were made so whales could surface more easily. A rare smile appeared as the large team arrived. Victory seemed within reach. Fang Ruiqiu firmly believes that once the icebreaker arrives... Unexpectedly, a long ice wall cooled everyone's enthusiasm, separating whales from open waters. The tiny icebreaker on the road can't break through the ice wall. He's planning an incredible stunt, jumping into the minus 60-degree Arctic Ocean. I wish I could wrap myself up like a ball. To avoid freezing, he boldly wore just a thin wetsuit, feeling surprisingly warm. He ignored his friend's warnings and bravely jumped into the freezing cold sea. Thick golden ice separates us, like entering another world, with faint light shining through. The Dark Ruler dominates this cold, harsh realm, yet Ruiqiu remains unafraid. He was surrounded by a family of 3 whales, curious and friendly. This brave woman suddenly noticed a net tangled on a baby whale's tail. He quickly swam over, and the baby whale understood the woman was there to help. Kang Rui slowly approached the baby whale's tail, pulled out a dagger from his pocket. The baby whale shook its tail, freeing itself from the net's grip. Qiqi gazed at Ruiqiu, silently expressing gratitude. Ruiqiu was shocked by the grand gesture. Excitedly, they showed everyone that a baby whale was caught in a net. I had to keep helping him stay afloat, but now I can finally relax. The icebreaker arrived, but the weather turned even colder by afternoon. The water at the cave's entrance froze over, and the baby whale escaped. The wound got infected, causing pneumonia. Everyone's worried but helpless. We can only hope the icebreaker arrives soon. By nightfall, temperatures dropped to minus 45 degrees. Alaska's cold is rare, and ambushes are increasing. The speed is much slower than breaking ice, so the experts keep hitting. Even though they were battered, they couldn't stop and had to seek help. My buddy just arrived, and they developed an awesome ice remover that's super effective. To solve the problem, Ruiqiu rushed there with them. They took it down, only to find a tiny fan with foam attached. The 2 brothers were confident, so they decided to try. The engine just quit. At minus 45 degrees, it froze solid, so Ruiqiu had to act fast, get help, and make sure Adam brings an engine that stays running, no matter what. It's just a pile of scrap metal. Adam struggled to get the engine ready. The cabin is sealed, and engine fumes could be deadly. The fish situation isn't great. No time to waste. Ruiqiu opened the cabin door. Everyone was shocked and speechless, but they all agreed to take the risk for the whale. We went, but that impulsive decision almost sent us all to meet our maker. It's freezing inside, minus 70 degrees, faces covered in frost. Just then, the plane hit turbulence, alarms blared, and everyone screamed in panic. The pilot's eyelid froze, losing sight, and the plane shook. This clever guy thought of a great idea. If your tongue is stuck to a pole, it's okay. Just keep going. Whether the driver agrees or not, just go for it. It's a bit of an eyesore, but the outcome is great. With support, we overcame a crisis and everyone relaxed. However, the icebreaker, tasked with a heavy duty, got stuck in a big hole. Unless the ice completely melts, we'll be stuck forever, leaving everyone in despair. Activate backup plan. Manually clear path to open sea.
Although exhausting and labor-intensive, this is the only way. Otherwise, the whales could only wait to die slowly. The chainsaw works tirelessly, lifting off blocks of ice, and soon a hole large enough for the whales to breathe through appears. Yet, left and right, the whales linger near the original hole, causing everyone's confusion. But if they could understand the whale's language, they would hear the despair and sorrow in those calls. The whale calf surfaces for the last time, lifted by its mother. A deep glance towards the wall of ice, then it forever sleeps at the bottom of the sea. Rachel was unaware of the parents' agitation, mistaking it for a signal to depart, and felt joy. They follow the path, migrating, but then realize the calf isn't following. Something's amiss. With grave faces, they return to the original hole, seeking, only to find ripples on the water's surface. Rachel can't believe it. The calf was so lively just a moment ago, and now it has vanished in the blink of an eye. The experienced Maya then spoke. Rachel couldn't accept this outcome. They were so close to victory, why not persist a little longer? The atmosphere was heavy, replaced by endless sorrow and helplessness, but rescue efforts must go on. They need to accelerate the process, or the whale couple too will perish here. The entire town halted work, devoting all efforts to break the ice. The rescue team grew. A 5-kilometer whale road took shape bit by bit, and smiles of joy returned to people's faces. But now, they faced a major challenge. The incoming icebreaker had stalled midway, and the miles of ice wall ahead couldn't be moved by human strength alone. Fortunately, the president was monitoring the situation, and for the nation's star whales, he sought help from his arch-rival, the Soviet Union. Hoping they would send their nearby icebreaker for assistance, the media was shocked upon hearing the news. It was hard to imagine the two superpowers cooperating for a few whales, especially during the Cold War. When news came of the Soviet icebreaker's immediate deployment, everyone wept for joy. And then, the sound of a ship's horn. Turning their heads, they saw a massive vessel approaching fast. It was the Soviet icebreaker, yet the mood aboard was solemn, contrasting the festive atmosphere ashore, as the ice wall's thickness and volume were daunting. An intimidating challenge to merely dent. Cautiously they headed towards the ice wall. Everyone held their breath for this moment.
Power. Could not as expected. Unscathed. When hope was lost, try again. Also loudly broadcasted on ice. Retreat. Let's launch another attack. People on the ice quickly scattered as the icebreaker sped towards them. The whales hit the ice wall, but it stood firm. Frozen solid now. They'll drown without air. Captain's temper's intolerable. Do it again. The first mate disagreed, saying it would damage the ship. The first mate ordered to abandon ship. Icebreaker takes off. Charge the ice. Everyone on shore thought they were absolutely crazy. Boom. Soaring high. A huge hole appeared. A breathtaking scene. Tough as nails. Not time to celebrate. Everyone rushed to the hole. I hope the scared whales show up soon. But as time ticks by, a shadow emerges from the dark sea. Splash out. Make big splashes in water. Everyone cheered joyfully. Everything was worth the effort. Whales swim free. Journey together afar. Everyone feels immense joy. Now, borders and races don't matter. They witnessed life's miracle. They cheered the rescue success. Celebrate life's wonders and possibilities.